Learn to play an instrument. It's on everyone's bucket list, right? In this series of videos, I'm going to take you with me as I run through my piano grades, from beginner to pro. I taught myself guitar years ago, and like most people my age, I picked and chose what I did and didn't want to learn. And what I didn't want to learn was music theory, scales, composition, boring. And now I'm older and I feel like I've been missing out. So about a year ago I decided to start learning a second instrument, the piano. But this time do it properly, with no shortcuts, and learn all the things that I missed out the first time round. And hopefully this will all benefit my guitar playing too. I'm currently working at grade 3 on my ABRSM piano grades. I have a piano teacher who's teaching me both practical and music theory, so I figured I'd bring you along for the ride to experience the ups and downs and hopefully turn into a half decent piano player. Hopefully. I will say at this point that I still see myself very much as a beginner to piano, so I wouldn't use this video series as any kind of video tutorials. I will no doubt make plenty of mistakes that hopefully my piano teacher or myself will pick up on sooner rather than later. Hopefully sooner. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to look at is one of the pieces of music that you have to pick from the ABRSM Piano Grades book. So you have to pick 3 pieces in total, one from section A, one from section B and one from section C. So I chose, the first thing that I did when I passed grade 2 was I chose Écossais in E flat. I don't know why I chose that, because it's just about the hardest thing in the entire book. And 3 months on, I've still not mastered it basically. So I made it through piano grades 1 and 2 relatively easily, but grade 3 has definitely been a step up. And I've been on this one piece here for 3 months now, and I've still not cracked it. But let's give it a go. I'll walk you through my process. So first thing I like to do is separate right hand and left hand. So I'll get my right hand going first, and then my left hand. And then slowly put it all together, maybe even a bar at a time. Throw in the odd mistake. For section 2, just go through the exact same process. This took me a while to get my head around. Still haven't got it mastered, as you can see. I just tend to practice the same parts over and over again. Just small sections though, small little parts. Maybe even 1 or 2 bars, and then try and add it all together at the end. And then this is the hardest bit I found. It's moving from section 1 to section 2. Got to get your hands down to that E flat and G. I keep missing the G basically. So again, I just practice the end of section 1 to the beginning of section 2. Trying to get that transition right. And then the final part, section 3. Still not quite right, but I'm getting there. So you go through making hundreds of mistakes here, and then finally I try and put it all together, sections 2 and 3. ending gets me all the time. It's still not perfect, but it's getting better. I think the issue with this is that my hand's moving across the piano a lot more, so I'm having to jump and it's working on the accuracy. So that's why I think this piece is particularly hard for me. But I guess it's all good practice for what's coming up in the future. So for this coming week, my main focus is to get from the end of section 1 to jump into that B flat and G. For the second section, because that's where I seem to miss. I tend to miss the G, I tend to grab an A or an F. So I need to work on the accuracy. And then generally putting the whole song together. So it's nowhere near ready yet, but just baby steps, small little details. Hopefully it'll all start coming together soon. Next time we'll be looking at sight reading, my clear neglect of it, and how I aim to put this right. We'll also be reviewing the progress I've made with my first piece, and then we'll start looking at the second piece as well. Lots of practice needed. See you next week.